Hi Econ students, here's a really important video if you have to evaluate the market structures that are not perfectly competitive. So it's very useful to show the inefficiencies of a non-competitive market, such as a monopoly, on a diagram. Now many of you will be able to draw this diagram, but perhaps, and I've seen many times, students who can draw the diagram, but they can't perhaps explain the inefficiencies and the profit margins. So do take some time now to draw out the diagram I have here. The more you draw, the more you remember. So how do we get these inefficiencies? So you should know that in general, monopolies may not be good for society outcomes or the general welfare of the public, and indeed for the efficiency of resource allocation. There may well be welfare loss to society as citizens are paying a much higher price for less products than they otherwise would have in a more competitive market. This is often why monopolies are considered to be a market failure, and it's also why we have antitrust laws, anti-monopoly laws, and indeed price controls, of course, as well, but indeed why we have the monopoly board game. So the logic behind this evaluation of monopolies and analysis of monopolies can be seen in this diagram. Now, the monopolist is producing at quantity Q1, and the price that they're charging is at price B. Now you'll notice that this is way higher than where the marginal cost crosses the marginal revenue. The average revenue here is much greater than the marginal cost, generating abnormal profits. Therefore, the good is definitely not allocated efficiently towards the needs of society as a whole. What's worth highlighting here on this diagram, and I would like you to do this in your essays as well, is that allocative efficiency occurs where AR, average revenue, is equal to marginal costs at point E, and at quantity 2, which would also be the socially optimal point. Therefore, the good is under-allocated under current market conditions. As they are not producing the socially optimal quantity of goods and charging higher prices, it creates a welfare loss to society. The market for EpiPens can maybe be a good example of this, where a merit good, the EpiPen, is produced by a monopoly and is under-allocated and very much overpriced. This has massive opportunity costs for healthcare systems around the world, which means that they're not able to spend money on other goods, other medicines, and new healthcare technology. Similarly, let's have a look at the diagram again. Is this monopolist productively efficient? Well, they are not operating at the minimum level of the average cost curve in this diagram. So that means that the company is forgoing some economies of scale or has grown inefficient and quite simply doesn't have the incentive to produce at the minimum costs through developing new technologies or employing new managers to drive costs down. They just don't have the incentive to do that. However, there is, I guess, one efficiency that a monopolist does hit, and that's dynamic efficiency. Now that's where you can show that the monopoly here is making supernormal profits, but these companies can use these profits and then reinvest them in research and development and different technologies to create new products which just doesn't happen in a perfectly competitive market. So this diagram is a great diagram. We can show inefficiencies, we can show profits, and you can show how really at its core a monopoly operates. And this should really help you with your analysis and in your evaluation, because you've got pros and cons of a monopoly along with how a monopoly operates. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this really helpful. Just trying to make little quick videos now, so hopefully I can make more in this series. See you next time. Thank you very much.